I don't even know if you'll see this, but if you're listening to it, that means I posted it. What originally began as me looking into the fact that I missed a part of a story where the Instagram influencer, air quotations, James or Jesse Taylor, whatever the hell her name was, when her account got deleted, she also called the police and said it was like murder. And I'm sitting there like, this bitch is wild. Now, while looking into this, I stumbled upon something else hilarious. And it's an ABC News video, which I'm sure if I do this, they'll demonetize me or copyright strike me because all the news outlets suck dick. It's called Woman Says She Was Swindled Out of $200K by a Man She Met on Tinder. Already, the men in my audience are probably laughing their balls off. Because as a man, you get swindled out of money every time you date a woman. In my case, I've lost thousands. Your girlfriend goes into the bathroom and you're like, you can't plug this many plugs to the outlet. It'll short it out. And she goes, shut up. You know, what's wrong with you? Nothing's going to happen. And then she plugs in all her shit, blows the fuse, shorts out your entire bathroom. Now your new shower that had a light in it, you know, for 5 minutes, I felt like I was rich. I was like, I got a light in the shower. Your boy coming up. Before I have to take my phone, right? And I have to angle it off the side of the wall and have the light on and make sure I had a waterproof case. Now, it doesn't matter. I don't have a light in the shower anymore, so I'm back to the phone method. And you know what she said? I'm sorry. I guess you're right. She never paid me back for that shit. Never. Shit. I'm not even going to get into the rest because the video will be my bad dating life. Anyway, this chick gets swindled by a man on Tinder for $200,000. So you already know he's over 6 foot. He probably has model good looks or something. And he probably takes photos in like extravagant places, like all that traveling bullshit. You ever notice that on those dating apps, every motherfucking their mother has seen the world and they all like hiking? You know, maybe some of us rather save our money than taking a photo at the Taj Mahal like a douchebag.
He was handsome, charismatic, and seemingly wealthy beyond measure.
The guy looks like John fucking Oliver. Oh, and he's so supposedly wealthy beyond measure. That explains why she swiped on him.
For Celia Feloy, it was an easy decision to swipe right.
This guy, Simon, comes up on my phone, and you can see that he lives a very different life than what I'm living. He had some selfies.
Living a very different life than what she's living. That's why she swiped. Uh-oh, he's rich. Swipe! That's what we call hypergamy, children. She saw a dude that was living a life far better than hers, and she was like, I have to have a piece of this. I'm done with all the dudes who are living paycheck to paycheck like me. I deserve a rich man. I'm Cecilia.
A picture in a nice car. You could see that it was a private jet. Just an overall package.
You know what's funny? This dude totally jacked her for $200K, right? And she still got photos of him on her phone. What are you doing, girl? You should have deleted those shits immediately. You know he's a con artist. He ripped you off and you still swiping through photos of him. Oh, he was so handsome up until he stole my money.
29-year-old grad student studying in London says she was immediately swept off her feet by Simon Livive and swept into a high-powered world of luxury.
Just his aura and charisma.
Basically, it was a gold digger who got swindled by a con man. And you expect me to feel bad for this girl. Oh no. I'm sorry, honey. You mean a guy you thought you were gonna live the life off of was actually playing you for money? What a change of pace. Welcome to what men live in every day.
After all, most first dates don't end with a trip on a private jet.
They take you to get on this plane and you go to Bulgaria.
Yeah. I was texting my friends at the same time.
Jesus Christ. How the fuck does a con man afford this?
I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
You stayed with him.
Yeah.
You had a nice time and then you came back to the UK. And then what did you think? This was going to continue as a relationship?
When I started like feeling like, okay, this guy actually is.
He flew her out to Bulgaria the first date. You know, she nailed him immediately. As soon as they touched down, she was humping on chairs.
Really nice and funny and someone that I could date and like maybe have something with.
Oh, please, girl. That as soon as you got on that private plane, you were locked in. Cut it out. He was nice and charming. Guess what? I'm nice and charming too. I'm still jerking off to Japanese porn.
But her dream of finding Mr. Right went horribly wrong.
I hate him. He's so horrible.
Celia says Simon told her he was an Israeli millionaire with the nickname the Prince of Diamonds.
And she fell for that shit? He's an Israeli millionaire. He doesn't even look Israeli. And number two, never, ever, ever trust a man who wears shoes without socks. You know he up to something. I don't know what it is, but it will reveal itself in time. All right? Jared used to wear shoes without socks. Need I say more?
But he wasn't who he said he was.
I'm just very tired about crying over this, you know. But it just comes, I can't help it. It's just so painful. Because I hate myself I just hate that I did this, you know.
Still don't feel bad.
According to Celia, their brief romance turned into a real-life nightmare. Celia alleges Simon defrauded her out of $200,000, leaving her spiraling into debt, suicidal, and fearing for her safety.
He manages to do this because he is a great guy.
That has to be one of the dumbest things I ever heard. He manages to do this because he's a great guy. He swindled you out of $200,000. Lied about who he was, sent you in debt, had you fearing for your life, and then after crying about him, a few minutes later, she goes, he manages to do this because he's a great guy. No! By default, he's not a great guy. I gotta leave the damn room. This bitch is crazy. She's still hung up on him.
Who pretends that he cares so much for other people, so you want to care for him as well.
A lot of people watching might think if it was £3,000 or £4,000, I would start to feel like I need this money back. You let it get to 200.
I know it sounds so crazy for people, but the sums weren't a lot, and I could see the spend that he did on my cards.
She's now...
How the fuck do you get... She was so locked into that lie. She was so hell-bent on marrying an Israeli millionaire that she just wouldn't even look at logic. Logic would dictate an Israeli millionaire wouldn't need to use your credit card to buy shit. Like, for real. She got swindled because she wanted to be. She's dumb. She's stupid. I have no sympathy for this chick whatsoever. You thought you just grabbed a whale and it turns out you pulled up a shark and he bit your head off.
Speaking out, warning others about the dangers of online dating. Simon Levive, born Shimon Heut, is a 28-year-old convicted con man who served 3 years in Finnish prison for defrauding several women to fund his lavish lifestyle.
When I'm reading the message...
That is fucking amazing. This dude, his whole career is tricking women into paying for his lavish lifestyle. Meanwhile, locally, I can't. It's like locally, I go out on a date with a chick and then she acts like a total asshole. And it's just like, oh my God, she's horrible as a person. I have to get out of here. And then they send me a nasty message telling me to leave them alone and I hadn't even talked to her. It's just, oh my God. I was trying to be nice to a 40-year-old woman on a dating app who kept trying to message me. The second she goes, well, how do I know you're not a fake person? You're not a robot. And I go, well, I'm 5'11". And then she goes, okay, bye. It's like, oh, I'm an inch shorter than 6 feet tall. That's the cutoff. Meanwhile, you have kids and your entire photo library is all Snapchat filters with someone shining a flashlight in your face. You're telling me if I look like this dude, not only would I get chicks, but I get their money too.
Messages, I as well see how much talk there is about the banks and then I'm just like, you're so stupid, you know?
Celia says she was lulled into a false sense of security by his grand romantic gestures and flowery declarations of love.
Now, you just thought he was hot. If it was like, see, here's the thing. If it was like an average looking dude that sent her flowers and stuff, she would either A, friend zone him, or B, say he's weird or creepy. That's how chicks are today. But a good looking guy could sit there and send you flowers and go, you looked very nice yesterday. I love you. Oh my God. He is like the most romantic man ever. It's like I'm living a fantasy. He just needs a small loan of $1 million. He's a prince.
I will support you. I will help you. And we will lift each other. You're nice, you're cute, you're sweet. You let me to do what I need to do.
What the fuck? Is this his voice? Is this his declaration of love? This guy talks like he learned English from Speak and Spell, and she's like, oh, he just said the most romantic and amazing things. Listen to this shit.
And I really appreciate it.
Holy God. If you're an average looking guy and you say hi to a woman, they immediately unmatch you or block you on a dating app. This guy wrote like he had downs, and this chick was like, he is so charming. Looks at everything, dude.
For Celia, the relationship started out innocently enough.
This was the first time where I felt, oh my God, I really like him. And it seems that he really likes me back as well. You like the feeling of being liked.
No, you like the feeling of being liked by a man you're attracted to. Every chick has tons of dudes that like them. It's just every now and then there's one guy. Like, you want the perfect example of everything here. I hate to bring it back to James Charles. Has the world at the palm of his hands. 19-year-old, now was a gay icon in the makeup industry. Within like the course of a handful of years, he's one of the highest paid makeup people in all of social media, if not the highest. What brings him down? His lust for good-looking straight boys. It literally destroyed his career. Point being, James Charles has the mindset of a girl with money. Now I'm saying this chick here had the same problem. The second she came across that one straight dude she was attracted to, she was willing to destroy her life without a second thought until the carpet went from under her and her head hit the fucking floor.
Do you consider yourself to be his girlfriend?
I think it was maybe a month after that.
She says Simon told her that his job as a diamond dealer kept him travelling constantly, so they dated long distance. Their romance conducted via modern-day love letters in texts, video messages, and voice recordings.
I wish you a great and a beautiful and a successful and amazing day as you. Kisses.
That has to be one of the shittiest fucking voice texts I've ever heard. This man is about as passionate as a dead rat. But since this chick thinks he's attractive and rich, everything he did was fucking magic. I could have ran into her, just walking, bumped into her, looked at her and said, my God, forgive me. But it's almost as if you have the universe reclining in your hair. I could have said her grace and elegance has me awestruck. I dare say that I am smitten just looking at you from afar. And I chastise myself for attempting to get closer to you. And before I could finish saying that, oh my God, he's a rapist, you know, and the mace comes out. Thank you. Could you leave me alone, you freak? And then she'd start texting on social media. The weirdest little Danny DeVito looking troll. He was 5'11", girls. I hate short men.
Simon stole away to London when he could, but Celia says that more often than not, he flew her to where he was, always alluding to an element of danger in his job that kept him away, jetting around constantly on private planes.
How often would you see him?
She was under the impression that her flying around on private planes to see him meant that there was danger with his job. Yet she was still involved in it. At any minute, terrorists could come and kill us while we make love. It's so hot. Oh, I hope Jihadi John doesn't burst in here. You are most beautiful girl, like sunshine on sunny day. Oh my God, you're so passionate. When I see you, the raindrops go away. Oh my God, he's like Shakespeare.
On a weekly basis.
I saw him like in London the next week, and that's when it started that he couldn't come back to London because of the threats that he had been getting.
Within a week, he was already saying to you, I can't come back to London, there are threats against my life.
But he could get me to where he was.
She says Simon claimed to be under constant threat from unknown nefarious enemies.
And she bought this shit? The motherfucker couldn't even come up with a good excuse. Oh, there's this group of men that are after me. They are a lot like the John Wick. But I did Krav Maga so I can defend self. Oh my God, he's so hot and tough. He looks like John Oliver's better looking brother.
Hazard, he said, of working in the diamond business.
So there's nothing during this time that's making you think, this isn't real, he's fake.
Oh, no. No.
Of course not, because you're stupid. But think of how many dudes are in diamonds and they're all fat. There's no danger there. The only danger they have is possibly not swindling enough money out of a customer. Get the fuck out of here.
Good night, my love. I miss you so much. I can't wait to see you.
Celia says that
Wow, what lovely letters. This man, he should have been a musician because the stuff he writes, it's like on the level of Prince.
Simon surrounded himself with people who helped perpetuate the myth, even going so far as to send videos of himself and his bodyguard in the hospital after they were allegedly attacked.
Okay, I gotta give it to this dude. That's production value. That's fucking production value. Dude, I'm gonna start doing this to chicks on my local Tinder. Fuck that. I'm gonna call Zill. I'm gonna have him put on his airsoft gear and like beat me with a fucking gun because I know he'd do it without any remorse. Then I'd send the videos to women. Quickly, my love, send the money or I will be beaten more furiously. Please do not play Ricardo Milos again.
Soon, there was another strange element to his story. She says he asked her to extend her line of credit to him so that plane tickets, hotels, and dinners would be booked using her name, keeping supposed enemies thrown off his trail.
How do you go from being with someone who's presented as a very wealthy man to someone who you now need to give money to?
It's protection.
She's fucking stupid, dude. Celebrities go to like places all the time and use aliases. David Bowie didn't live that far away from me. David fucking Bowie. I don't know what the fuck he called himself, but it worked. Probably came in as like, I'm the thin white duke. And he used to go to a really shitty gym up around here. Like a gym you'd never expect David Bowie to go to. David Bowie was in there pretending to be someone else and nobody caught on. Meanwhile, oh my God. I can't even do this anymore. This is too stupid.
I know it's not right, but he needed my name as a cover, he said.
Protection from?
His enemies.
If his enemies were that good, you're like these dudes who are so dangerous and they're in the shadows. They're like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of money laundering. Like, wouldn't they know he was with her? He took photos with this bitch. Come the fuck on. They'd probably be tracking his phone or something if they were that good. For God's sakes, John Wick killed a man with a pencil. I think he could get information if he really wanted it. Oh my God.
As he's calling them.
You just believed him when he said that?
I know it sounds so crazy and I wish I could take everything back. It's more like when you have a bodyguard, why would this giant guy be with him if he didn't need the protection?
Celia says she relented because Simon promised to pay her back, but the repayments from Simon were nowhere to be seen, despite his insistence that they were on their way.
The amounts that he needs to be able to just function for a week is just so much. It's never just a few thousand. For us normal people, that is a lot of money, but for him, it's not a lot of money.
How could you have trusted him to take out that amount of money?
Because she's that fucking stupid. She was playing the long game. She genuinely thought that in the end, he was going to marry her and she'd live like a princess. That she was so blinded by the possibility of this shit, she would not look reality in the face. Women live off of feelings, men live off of logic. That's why the average man can only be tricked by a chick he's been dating for so long before he's like, this broad is killing my fucking credit card. I've been there. Every time my last ex would come over, man, my credit card fees would just skyrocket. They loved the shit out of my ass when it came time for her to hang out. Like, uh-oh, his girlfriend's in town. Can't wait to put that 19% APR on his little ass. Bitch better have my money.
Like, of course he has the money, so he will pay me back. You didn't even think that it was a problem when you were taking up the loans because you were so sure that the money existed.
Isn't it sad? You look at this chick and you know the average guy, if he talked to her, she would ignore him. And the average guy probably would have treated her like a princess. Meanwhile, she's in league with a dude who has tons of photos of himself with other attractive women. She thinks nothing of it. He's sitting there going, I'm a millionaire, but I need your money. She gives it to him. And it's just fucking amazing. And now she's like, I have to warn other women about online dating. Yeah, maybe that good-looking guy that's rich is probably too good to be true. I know you think you're worth all that, but, you know, you're still shit and piss like everybody else. I come across women, dude, all the time now with this YouTube fame, quotation marks. These hot chicks trying to talk to me, and I'm sitting there like, there's something up. They trying to trick me. They have to get my $350. Ain't getting my money. You ain't getting me. You ain't outsmart me. I know you a fake. You're either a gold digger. You're either a con artist. You're either a tranny, or you're either a trap, or you could be an AI controlled by a man thinking I'm that thirsty.
Whole server after you.
Hold on, I'll give you some stuff. Wait.
You're just gonna sponsor me? I'm gonna be your own little personal assassin? Yeah, tell me who you want me to end. I'll go chop their dick off. I don't like grinding either. I wanna, like, take people out. Oh, shit.
It's a man, baby!
Apart from anything else, you loved him.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest part of it. Like when I realized that he wasn't who he said he was the love aspect, that the person that I thought that I knew and loved, he had just done this in the most evil way.
Suddenly, Celia's dream romance was crashing down around her.
Reality came in, and Cecilia couldn't ignore it anymore.
2 guys from American Express comes to you. They said that that's him. That's the guy.
Who's the guy? I'm watching his Twitch.
They told me that they had long investigations on him already, and that I was a string of 4 or 5 women. I almost wanted to throw up.
This dude did this to 4 or 5 women. Amazing. Fucking amazing. I can't get a date. Meanwhile, this motherfucker's fleecing decent looking chicks. I kind of have to take my hat off to him. I've been screwed over by women so much. You see a dude get over on chicks too dumb to look reality in the face. Hell, I was dating one chick who was so damn crazy. She was like, I hate porn, but I work in a porn store. Then one day she sent me a photo where she supposedly got into a knife fight with a black guy outside her job, and she said she needed money. And I was like, I'm going to have to go to the ER, honey. And I'm like, sure. I got the fuck out of that quick. It's like, you ain't tricking me. Ain't no way in hell you just decide to go out of your job and then you just get into a knife fight like a Michael Jackson music video. Bad. Was it bad? I don't even remember which one of those videos it was.
Down at once.
Celia alleges that Simon was continuing to run the same scheme that put him in Finnish jail just a few years ago, using her money to fund his luxury lifestyle and lure other women into his orbit, a cycle doomed to repeat itself.
Yeah, I had to be put into a psychiatric ward.
This chick was paying for him to fuck other hot chicks and take their money. Mother of God. Oh, that's fucking brilliant, bro. Oh my God, that is crazy. Like, I hate him. I hate him because he's living a life I wish I could have. Oh my God. I'm eating French fries, my dude. Not even they all soggy. The black girl at Wendy's who gave me these French fries didn't even look at me. It's like I didn't exist. She was like just handing the food in there. Didn't say shit. I'm like, thanks. Hello, can I take your order? And I'm like, you flat ass bitch. Ignoring me when I'm trying to just be human with you. Not even interested in your ass. I'm trying to be polite. You say thank you and people hand you shit. You motherfucker.
Because of suicidal thoughts, I didn't see a way out. You lost your boyfriend, and not in that he just dumped you. He never existed. He was never your boyfriend.
That's the best part. She'd be put in a psychiatric ward because the shock of being used and thrown away was so much for her. She lost her little mind. And as a guy, I have been used in this manner so many times, I call it Tuesday. Oh, you mean the girl I was going to marry was actually leading a double life and living with another dude? And the engagement is off now, and she totally bullshitted me, and she didn't even have the decency to give me back the goddamn engagement ring because she's that big of a fucking asshole? Well, guess I can't lay on the floor and cry forever. I got to go to work.
Celia filed a report with the Metropolitan Police in London, who declined our request for comment. American Express told ABC they do not comment on open investigations.
I bet you like the Metropolitan Police were like, oh great, another stupid bitch got swindled by a good-looking guy on a dating app. We need a whole other detective department for this sort of shit.
Meanwhile, Simon says he's in Panama, telling us via text that he is innocent. There's nothing here, just a loan between friends that went south. She agreed to loan me money and then she disappeared, not answering phones or emails or letters before we were able to pay her back. They used me for my life and got expensive gifts and everything. In other words, gold diggers. When I ask help, they agreed to help and they know that I have some problems. I didn't run from no one. It's all fake news and lies.
I love it, and yet he uses fake news. And he's still doing this right now. He's out there right now, probably laying in some beautiful bed with Egyptian thread counts I can't even fathom because you need to learn algebra, with probably like 1 or 2 hot chicks in the bed with him. And he's like, you two are jewels in sky of I. Oh my God. He's like fucking Martin Scorsese of words. Can you loan me $1,000 for juice and Panera bread?
For now, Celia remains in London, trying to rebuild her life.
I see a difference in myself when I talk to people.
Maybe less naive.
Much less naive.
She just learned that good-looking guys might just be trouble. But don't worry. She'll be chasing a good-looking guy again, and the process will repeat itself. Except the next dude will probably be like, his nickname on the streets will be Billy Crystal Meth. And then she'll be like, I had no idea he really wasn't the charming actor Billy Crystal, but he was actually a drug dealer who sold all my stuff to pay for his heroin. Like, she's all right looking, but from that angle, that face isn't, she's not as cute as the broads he was hanging out with in the beaches. I guess the really good looking chicks get to come with him to the beach. The all right looking chicks stay home and send him money. Bloody brilliant. That was very funny. I love the comment sections. She got with him because she thought he was wealthy. Gold digger versus con artist. You didn't love him, but you loved his money that he never had. P.S. She thought she was going to soak him. Her greed swindled her. This happens to men all the time. It's called marriage and relationships. Oh, that is fucking stone cold, burrito man. That is stone cold. Please forward this video to all the nice guys with the modest income she swiped left on because she thought they weren't good enough for her. Oh. She was looking for diamonds, but ended up with coal. That was fucking funny. That shit was hilarious. That video was great. This woman lost $1 million on a dating scam? Oh my God.